Dan Rothenberg and Joe Klosik, two guys trying to figure it out. Not the right wing, not the brosphere. Left of center, with humor and empathy.
Hello.
Welcome
to the Splain.
The Splain. How is everyone?
In my decked out new apartment. What do you think, buddy? Huh?
I think it looks mysteriously like a Zoom backdrop from the COVID lockdowns.
What are you talking about, man? This is my pad.
Your pad?
Bachelor pad.
But what? Bachelor pad? What's happened? I thought you were happily married and living in the suburbs and chasing
you know
that.
What, bro?
Oh, boy.
I was, and then I decided to fly. You know what I mean? I decided to move on.
Wow.
And,
Okay.
And at the end of this episode, I'll go back.
Oh, okay. That's probably smart.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Just for the episode. It's a lot of aggravation to go through. A lot of pain to...
I can only imagine.
Separate, because I want to, I want to be a man. I can't be like a married pussy and do a podcast.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Do our manly podcast.
Our manly podcast. So
I broke up.
Brosphere.
I broke up with my wife, and it was damaging for my son. I think it was damaging
for your brand.
It's good for my brand. Look at those bar stools. Look at this place, man.
Yeah. Yeah, that looks very... I'd like to sit at a bar staring directly at a blank white wall.
Oh, fuck. The place isn't... It's not even cool. And I fucked my family up. I need to just fucking check with people. I'm impulsive.
Yeah. You should
blow up my life.
Talk to a therapist. It's too bad you don't know one.
No. I don't.
You know what the manosphere actually, what the brosphere, all those podcasters, you know what they don't have? I don't think any of them have any training in therapy. I mean, duh, but you could make a fortune being like the Magna therapist.
Magna?
Well, MAGA, the Make America Great Again.
Right. I could make a fortune?
You could make a fortune being the MAGA therapist.
Okay.
You could just cut me loose and you just start being on all these podcasts, like Joe Rogan and like, yeah, Joe, I hear what you're saying. You know what? I think your T count is low. Mm-hmm. Shit like that. No one really knows what it means, but it sounds good. And, it's okay to yell at babies. They need to know.
Okay, so doing a therapy that validates them and makes them feel better.
Absolutely.
They're kind of doing that for themselves. I mean,
that's true. That's true.
What would a MAGA therapist would probably...
An anti-woke therapist.
Yes. What would an anti-woke therapist sound like? An anti-woke therapist would encourage you to...
I think it would sound like a Nazi. Yeah.
Excuse me. I'm sorry. I'm still getting through this.
That's okay.
Yeah, it would probably say, don't honor yourself. Don't reflect.
Yeah.
Honor yourself, so don't be ashamed of your feelings.
Always follow your first instinct.
Yeah, it would take... It would do what a lot of... What they do to pretty much everything is... Take something and cater it to them, right?
Yeah, of course.
So on the one hand, therapists... A lot of therapy nowadays is based in kind of behavioral techniques that... try to help notice feelings, sort of name them, exist in them, don't push them away. Do you know what I mean? Don't avoid situations that are going to create anxiety, but lean into anxiety. So it would encourage you to lean into your sexism and racism.
Yeah, of course.
Because it's not that. It's
not sexism and racism. It's knowing my value as a white man. The vice president said, I don't have to apologize for being white anymore, damn it. Mm-hmm. About time.
There you go. Yeah, it would be something like that. Here's a... and I'll be honest, sometimes I'm envious. By the way, I have a cough drop. And I can't help it. We're getting over a flu.
See, right there, the MAGA
Yeah.
therapist would not apologize.
You're right.
Yeah.
You're right.
Yeah, you don't
Yeah.
like this? Fuck it. Fuck it.
Not even. I'm sucking on something.
Yeah. You know what it is? It's probably some kind of like weed product.
Yeah.
They all love the edibles.
Mm-hmm. They do. Do they?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. They're like
Right.
all. I think it's the only thing that's calming them down because they're like, can you see these people coming across our border, taking our jobs? I don't know any illegal alien with a podcast, but whatever. And then they're like, you know what? When I need to calm down, then they hold up some product, that's like a weed edible. And now Trump, ironically, has rescheduled marijuana and basically made it not illegal on the federal level. So that's going to just be an explosion of more people. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because because he has allies and interests.
I think so. I mean, the story that I'm hearing is some, millionaire weed conglomerate guy basically waged a campaign to get him to drop it to Schedule 1. And now all the weed businesses have this weird alignment with the Trump administration. And never in a million years, or even at the beginning of this year, would I be like, wow, Trump would be the patron saint of marijuana users because he finally did the thing that we always thought a liberal president would do.
That is crazy ironic.
It is crazy ironic, yeah.
Even more than him listening to the Village People at all his events.
He might have some, and when he dances, have you noticed that he does this thing, and it really looks like he's jacking off two guys at the same time.
Yeah.
And I can't think of a more Village People move. Really,
It's all. There's something weird. It's a lot of closeted. I'm not saying he's gay. Who cares if he is? There's something interesting about that closeted gay lineage, from Roy Cohn to Roger Stone to all of that going on.
There's some unresolved issues there, yes.
Yeah, well put. There you go.
Dan, before we get to our big topic, may I be so bold as to ask, how are your holidays?
Oh, good. I had the flu, so I didn't participate in. Now I have a
Score.
Now, before I broke up with my wife and scored this bachelor pad.
Can we see more of it, by the way? Could we...
Sure.
Could you give us a... Oh, I meant like
check
other
it out.
rooms?
We got the...
Jesus, that is the most depressing fireplace. Is that a TV or a fireplace? No, it must be a fireplace.
It doesn't even matter. It's awful.
Okay.
Look at me. Look at me. I've made it.
Can we see some other rooms?
Yeah.
Well, that's just the same room without you in it, or movement.
Being kind of a high status
individual.
Personality, social media personality. I like to keep my privacy.
Okay, that's fair.
But believe me, after we're done here, I will be sitting at that bar facing a wall alone.
Can we see what's in your fridge? I'm just always curious. What do people keep in their fridge? You can just get up and walk back there, right, and open it up and.
There's a lot of cool shit.
I like those throw pillows.
I know. I threw them myself. Can you tell?
So for your holidays, you were basically just like in bed.
Yeah. So I got a Jewish. We don't have the tree and the schmata or any of that. But we do Christmas over at my. We get into it and we do the stockings and the chakens and the all of that.
The what? The haka?
It's fake Yiddish. The
okay.
The schmatas and the yoy and the with the tree and the thing and the over at my in-laws. I wasn't there because I was.
Wow. So you kind of got lucky.
Yeah, it worked out.
Wow. Okay. All right.
Yeah. How was yours? How
It
your
was
holiday?
it was actually pretty nice. It was pretty delightful. I didn't get sick. So Christine has a large extended family, aunts, uncles, cousins, all that kind of a thing. So we went to a person's house, and there was like 40 people in this house. Food everywhere. Interesting conversation. There was like 4 dogs running around at any one time. Kids. It's nice to be in a house that's full of life. You know what I mean? Like it's actually kind of like, oh yeah, this is how it should be for the holidays. So we ate a lot, we talked, and then just came home and pretty much napped out because it was exhausting.
That's awesome. So what? Now I'm asking this for
Oh, boy.
culinary reasons.
Culinary reasons. Okay.
What ethnicity is Christine?
She is Filipino Chinese.
Oh, awesome.
Yes.
I'm just thinking about food here.
Oh no, yeah. Well.
Oh
Okay.
my God.
We
Filipino-
were gonna make lumpia, and it kind of went sideways on us, and we decided not to bring the lumpia because when we did everything,
Yeah,
and
I don't want your lumpia. Joe.
Well, okay, but I don't want my lumpia either.
Yeah.
But it's not like I was making it. Christine and I were making
Good.
it. But
You
here's,
shouldn't-
yeah, I shouldn't
You
touch
shouldn't
it.
be involved. No, you should not be involved. with
Wow,
it.
that's hurtful. Those are hurtful words, Dan.
Well, that's not hurtful. You should bring like sweet potatoes with the marshmallows.
Oh, just like white
Seriously.
trash food? Is that what you're
Yes.
saying? Yeah.
White trash is ethnic food as much as any food. You should
I
bring.
I wanted to bring mac and cheese served in
Yeah,
a
there you go.
watermelon, and that was vetoed. Yeah, it was
In
a
a
summer.
watermelon?
Yeah, it's a summer treat for my people.
Are you kidding?
Of course, I'm kidding. Come on, who's eating mac and
Okay.
cheese out of
What
a
do I?
watermelon?
You're the white guy. You're the. No, I'm not kidding though. So I bring for Thanksgiving. I bring kugel. It's a Jewish, and it complements the meal nicely.
Do people eat the kugel? Mm-hmm. Can you get like? Could you get
It's a good
like
goddamn kugel?
kugel whip?
Kugel whip.
Yeah, you know, like
What is?
like just kugel out of a can that you just spray. That could be a product, right? That kugel whip. Instead of Miracle Whip mayonnaise, right? You're Jewish and
That-
it's the holidays, but you're busy. Now we have
not
kugel
very-
whip.
Not very Jewish to have anything out of a can.
Okay.
But I love. Okay, now you're going to take this racist, but you shouldn't.
Oh boy.
I love white trash food. I do. Just like
Okay.
I like Chinese food.
Well, then
and
you
I
would
like-
have loved the white boy lumpia that we made because it tasted like
No,
hamburger.
I don't want a white boy's.
It tasted like hamburger.
lumpia.
That was the thing that blew us both away. Like we.
It just white trashed itself. It just surrendered into hamburger.
Christine takes a bite of it, right? And we've spent now a considerable amount of time doing this and looking up recipes and following it, and now is the moment, right? And she takes a bite, and I can automatically see on her face, that she, like no,
Yeah.
no. And I'm like, what do you think? And she's like, it's not good. And I'm eating it, and I'm like, I mean, it doesn't taste like lumpia, but it's not bad. And then we figured out what it was. Is it tastes because we used ground beef instead of pork. We cooked it in a pan before we fried it, and it just ended up tasting like hamburger. And it was like hamburger inside a lumpia roll. And we're like, we can't bring this to your in-laws. They will never let us come back.
Yeah. Okay. I can understand that. And do you understand where I'm coming from when I say I love that food? I'm not being condescending.
I'm going to make a
Because-
call to my people and let them know.
White food is
What is white
it-
food? What is white food?
You tell me.
I-
What is?
What is white? I think
I'm thinking
anything that can be dipped in ranch is white
Mm-hmm.
food. Anything that you can hold in your hand and almost anything you can microwave. You know, like I think day old pizza that you nuke and then dip into ranch dressing, that is white trash food. Okay.
Okay.
I'm
thinking about sweet potatoes with marshmallows.
Oh yeah. Jello.
What's that stuff? Yeah, Jello.
Jello is big.
With the shit with what's that thing?
With
Concoction?
the fruit inside. Yeah.
What is that?
Yeah, it's just Jello, like a Jello mold. Like
Right. Like that. I enjoy that for what it is, and to me, that is an ethnic.
I see why you left your wife now and living in that cool man pad.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Is the fridge just filled with like Jello and pizza?
It's filled with power drinks and canned things that have everything in it.
There you go.
Mud water.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Yeah. Just whatever is cool.
A lot of protein powders.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because you might hit the gym later.
Yeah.
All right, buddy. What's our topic today? What are we talking about?
So here's the thing. I don't know how meaningful this is, but you told me
that's always a great way to start.
You recommended the show Pluribus.
Yes.
Have you watched?
Yeah. I've watched the season finale was on Friday.
Okay, I've gotten maybe two. I'm almost there. Here's my point. First of all, let me throw it to you. What do you think of it?
I mean, overall, I enjoyed it. I think there's some things about it that became frustrating. And we should, if people haven't seen it, I don't know if there's going to be spoilers. I'm not going to give away any ending, but
we won't give away any ending.
Yeah, it's Vince Neil who, right? Is that his name?
Vince
the director?
Gilligan.
Vince Gilligan. Vince Neil. Vince
Is
Gilligan.
that the drummer for?
I don't know where
Vince
that came
Neil,
from.
I think, is the lead singer for Motley Crue.
Oh. That's very white trash that I just had that name in there.
Loaded up.
So the same guy that brought us Breaking Bad and then did what was the Saul Goodman show?
Better Call Saul.
Better Call Saul. Yeah.
And it is stylistically very Vince.
Very similar to
Gilligan.
Better Call Saul, and it's visual storytelling. And the way I describe that is like you're there's not a lot of conversation. There's you have to watch the show, actually watch it, because if you look away, you might miss something. And it does play out over it takes a while. And if you're not into it, I think some people find it very difficult to get into the show. And I think that was the biggest criticism I started to see online, which I agreed with, was like, hey, look, nothing's really happening to advance the story in like the middle episodes. And even when they got to the end, it did that classic thing, which I'm a little frustrated by, of like, okay, season 2, we have to wait for that to see how this turns out. I feel like they could have done all of what they did, honestly, in a great 2-hour movie. Or we could have learned a whole lot more because there were some elements that they set up that we could have played with more, could have gotten more storytelling out of, but they just sort of disappeared. But that being said, the actress is amazing. It is just amazing to see, like, wow, you don't need a whole bunch of people talking at you or dropping plot points on you, which is almost the exact opposite of Stranger Things. I don't know if you're into that. Like,
my family's really into it.
Yeah.
What do you think of that?
Well, that I think is almost the opposite. Like, they're constantly talking to you like you're a child to explain to you what's happened now and how we've just changed everything. But it's okay because this character is going to explain what this means to you.
Okay, it's like expositional.
Way too much exposition. A lot of speechifying.
Do you like Stranger Things?
I do. I really do. I do. Yeah, it's very, I mean, it is a love letter to Spielberg and those 80 movies, The thing is I also think, like, it's a show, and this happened with Game of Thrones. It's a show that it starts to collapse under the weight of its own lore. And, the actors are growing up. They're kids. So, I look at Millie Bobby Brown, and I'm like, this, you know, in my head, she was like such a tiny kid for so long, and now it's like this woman, and it's weird to see her still acting like 11. It's almost like, did she have a head wound or something? Like, it's so there's things like that, like people grow up, but overall, I'm like, look, I got to see how this ends. I got to see how this ends, you know?
I'll tell you, this could lead us in a different direction. I'll tell you the scene I was hanging in there with Stranger Things, and this is the scene that really turned me off. And it was, I think, the last season, not this season currently. I haven't watched it. Remember when Winona Ryder and that guy...
The sheriff? Hopper?
No, not Hopper. I kind of like Hopper.
Okay.
That loud guy?
Murray.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I'm annoyed. I'm annoyed by him. Him and his loudness.
Yeah.
They were on a plane. They were in some kind of difficult situation on a plane going to Russia or something.
Yeah.
And they sort of had a comedic scene, dramatic, and they were playing it comedically.
Yeah.
Do you remember that?
Oh, yeah.
And how did that go? I remember...
Well, what was it that bothered you about it? What? Yeah.
Sometimes trying to be comedic when it's dramatic pulls me out of it.
Right.
When you don't quite do it, for me, the right way, there's a certain thing I'm done.
Yeah.
I think you're being...
Yeah.
It was slapsticky.
They're
and shticky.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I think they use that character to relieve tension. But yeah, it does get shoehorned in there, and there's more of that. I don't like that. There's a lot more of that in this season.
Like that.
The big conversation online, right? So there's two conversations about Stranger Things, but let's get back to Pluribus in a minute because I really want to hear your thoughts on it. The two big conversations online, one are, wait a second, so they just changed some of the lore and the premise that they've built for 5 seasons, and this seems like a weird thing to do at the very last minute. It's like, okay, we're almost at the end.
We're talking about Pluribus?
Stranger Things. So they like changed what the Upside Down is. They changed like what created
Spoiler
it.
alert. That's all right.
But it's like I'm not giving anything away because it's I guess they've hinted at it, but they've changed it in a way where Christine and I are watching it, and we're like, wait a second. It makes it harder to give a damn, you know what I mean, and care now because you're like,
because
wait,
it's over.
It's over. Like why did you do that? Like we're almost at the finish line.
It's a writing device.
It's a writing device, yeah.
Yeah, and you know what? I don't mean to sound like an asshole, but maybe it's because I am a writer. We're enough of
yeah.
If you're creative enough, you can't buy it and you don't respect it. And I haven't seen it.
I think they were just trying to suck more mileage out of it or something. Or they were just like trying to throw another curveball. And maybe like, look, there's one more left, the finale, right? And maybe it all comes together in a way where we're gonna go, oh. But the other big thing, and this is spoilery, but if you've been watching the show, it shouldn't be a spoilery, right? So Will, who's gay, and the character, right? He finally tells everybody. And of course, this is beautiful. Of course, the internet is like, Stranger Things has gone woke. They made him gay. I'm like, wait a minute. You couldn't see that coming for 5 seasons? Like, he's been gay the whole time. They've hinted at it. He's talked about it. They've talked around it, right? This is like, we knew this moment was going to come where he has to come out. And again, though, I think the thing that they did it in a very schmaltzy, kind of over the top, like, okay, before we go storm off and save the universe, and I know that time is of the essence, I need everyone to come in and sit down and listen to me give this difficult speech. And, you know, and everyone's just standing around like, hey, I thought like a second ago we had no time to lose and we had to go march off and do these things. Otherwise, the world was going to end. But now we have to sit and listen
We
to
got to
this.
do the coming out.
Yeah. You know,
speech.
we got to do the
And
most
okay,
obvious.
now before we go save the world, now you have the talking pillow.
Yeah.
You go, and then you go. And wait, she has the pillow still. Let's just...
Hi, Will. I want to acknowledge that this is powerful, and I'm glad I could be here and share it. And it did feel a little like, again, that should have happened. Of course, it needed to happen. Nothing wrong with the character coming out as gay, but how they did it, it was it felt more like some Saturday morning kids show, or you know, like, hey, it's good to have feelings. It's all right to be different. You know, they just sort of wedged it in there, and you're like, okay, are we going to go save the universe now, or are we going to just make this kid feel good for a few more seconds?
Right.
But anyway, Pluribus.
Stuff like that, but stuff like that, like, here's my problem. It pulls me out, and I get angry.
Yeah.
And I'm done.
I can see
Shut
you
it off.
watching
Bullshit.
it just being like, God damn it.
Yeah. Pluribus, okay, I like the way you said that, visual storytelling. I'm trying to... So I try not to get too critical of that, the slowness, because I don't want to... Because clearly it's intentional, and I don't want to be that unsophisticated viewer going, what the fuck? What's happening? But it is... it is a little aggravating at times.
Yeah.
And that's classic Vince Gilligan. Okay, we're going to start the episode zooming in on a centipede.
Yeah.
And we're going to slowly branch out from there. And maybe a little of this will come together. But
Yeah.
I'll tell you this is just my biggest problem with it, or the thing that is irritating me a little bit, is her. The lead character and her general, at times, rudeness and moodiness. I'm not always...
Why are you so angry? Yeah, why are you so angry? Yeah.
Particularly because I'm not sure what kind of hero she is. It's hard to know.
Maybe she's not.
Right. And so at times I have trouble liking her.
Yes, yeah.
Because she's such a rude...
I would agree with that.
Fill in the blank. Do you know what I mean? And I don't care. I love anti-heroes, but we don't know. We don't know what's happening. So...
How many episodes in are you?
Like 8.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Like 7 or 8.
Yeah, okay, so it's only 9 episodes this season. I agree with it. I feel like, first of all, amazing premise, right? I think it's a very cool premise. Get a signal from space, suddenly all of humanity becomes a hive mind, and they're very loving, they can't lie, they no longer can eat animals. I mean, that in itself set up some really interesting ideas, and how do they work as a society? That was fascinating. It's incredible that there was 12 other people on the planet that, for whatever reason, were immune, right? And I would have liked to see more of that, like that community, that group. I thought it was interesting. Like, there's only 12 human beings that have their own autonomy, and they don't get along, which is such a comment on humanity.
Yeah. So what I like about it the most is it's the central question is, what's more important, individuality or connectedness? And the answer is probably both. And here's what I wanted to ask you. So this is one of my favorite parts of the visual storytelling. You have these 12 individuals that can do whatever they want. They can go on Air Force One. They can go to Vegas and be the only person.
Love that character.
Be the only person there, and do everything your heart's desired, but alone, in a sense.
Yeah.
And for her, she's shooting off Roman candles and being impulsive. So here's my question to you: How how much, if that was the world, if that was your life, you could go explore anything under those conditions, how long would that be fun until you offed yourself? What do you think? Really?
Yeah. I mean, I think we saw Carol struggling with that, right? Trying to, like, she gives into the idea of, like, okay, I can do anything I want. I can make a phone call and get my fantasy meal, and I go where I, it gets old for her very fast. The other character seems to be leaning into it, like, oh my God, I can go anywhere. I can fly on anything. I can see anything. And there is that moment where he does have them acting out, this high stakes poker game, like it's a James Bond movie.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, and they break character to congratulate him, and he's like, stay in character. So he's aware it's fake. He's aware that he's alone. I don't know, because I'm going to be honest with you. I do feel like, I would probably, I would do the same thing. I love that scene where they're like, well, where's the other guy? And like, oh, he's flying in, but he had a request for a special plane. And then you see the Air Force One. I'm like, that is beautiful. That is such a great scene where he pulls up and like, why not? If you can ask for any plane, of course, the president's plane. I feel like that guy represents what a lot of us would probably do in that situation, is like, oh my God, I can do anything, be anywhere, experience whatever I want. But how soon would that get old? I don't know. As an addict, I think I would try I would get as much out of that as I could before, then there would be that slow realization of like, this is crushing my soul, right? And then I would double down on it, like, well, maybe more.
So that's a good point. In my mind, that's a whole other layer. Do I just start using and just go for it?
Well, I didn't even think about it like in terms of drinking or using drugs, but I think,
but like, whatever.
But like if I could have people do whatever I want, and within reason, obviously, and I could go anywhere. I mean, I think there would be a part of me that's like, hey, I've always wanted to see Paris. I'm going to go to Paris. Hey, what do the pyramids look like up close? Hey, are there any places that, show me the weirdest thing that you have found now that you're this hive mind? Like, some weird sex dungeon somewhere. And I'd probably like, hey, do we know who killed JFK? What about the Epstein files? Like, I'd have all those kinds of questions, and which I think would be endlessly fascinating. You could go down so many rabbit holes. But yeah, in the end, it's going to get boring. It's like the Twilight Zone episode where the guy thinks he's in heaven because he's winning at everything, and winning loses all meaning because, what's the point? And then at the end, the twist is you're actually in hell.
Yeah, and I think if you can't share it or be connected, I do think that is the one that's vital to human nature. I don't have any scientific base for that, but I saw what I really like about this show. I saw to be able to visualize that.
Yeah.
Particularly when she went out to that nice restaurant.
Yes. Yeah.
And you go, well, that's what we all want. We all want to be on the balcony with the delicious food, and we want. I want to be a person that can afford that and lives a life like that. But if you're alone,
what's the point?
Right. I think possibly in a month, it could be. A lot of that, it could be over.
I remember this was like 2017, maybe 2016.
Yeah.
First time I went to Shanghai to do stand-up for an expat community out there. And they put me up in this gorgeous modern hotel. And the shows were amazing. All my food was comped. And I remember, like, the last night I was there, just had a killer show, and I'm back in the hotel by myself, having a burger at like 3 o'clock in the morning local time, and there was this feeling of like, huh, yeah, like okay, that's great, but here I am alone, you know, in luxury, food delivered to my door for free, just got paid a larger sum of money than I ever made, you know, doing comedy in the States, and there was this inescapable emptiness that was like a presence in the room just staring at me like, well, Joe, how's it feel? You know, and it was like, yeah, there's nobody to share it with. There's no significant other to look at and go, hey, can you believe this? Like, this, you know, there was nothing like that. And that's what I feel like Carol was feeling, you know, when she was sitting there. And that's the other thing, too. Like, she comes off as a Karen. Like, that, she's not a likable character. She is so, you're like, at a certain point, like, look, I get that you're angry. I get that you're upset, but, you know, chill out.
So the problem is, and I see, okay, it's like I see we're going toward a character arc here, but I can't listen to this anymore. It was just and maybe that's a part of the point. It's a reaction. And as we're talking about it, I respect Vince Gilligan because he's kind of like a Stanley Kubrick.
Yeah, in a way, absolutely.
He's going to put you through what he's going to put you through, but you come away with something deep.
Yeah, and I will say that, yes, there are, even when I felt like there was episodes where, like, nothing's really happening. You're not really advancing the story in any significant way. There's something about how he constructs it and films it. Like, I couldn't take my eyes off of it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it's still like, wow, this is... I don't know how he does that. I don't know what the magic is, but he's really, really compelling. You can't look away, I felt like. You know, like... But, yeah, it's fascinating, too, like, that idea of, like, if we were all connected... And we just... I think the most interesting thing about that is, like, okay, we're all connected, so we share each other's knowledge and skills... So it doesn't matter if the actual doctor is present. Everybody has all of the knowledge and skills of every doctor and surgeon that's alive, which is pretty amazing. You know, like,
and
I love that idea. I love the idea of like, oh, okay, I have access. Like, that's the internet, right? That was the promise of the internet. We would have access to all the knowledge and skills in the human race. Instead, it's become just, you know, like bullshit and porn and, you know, deals that are too good to be true. But in that sense, no, it's pure. And people know how to fly planes who are farmers. You know, people know how to cook amazing meals who were the valets. You know, like that is really intriguing and amazing to me.
Right. So here's a question I have for you. So if you're Carol, right? So you're one of these surviving 13, whatever, and you can see, I guess this is grounded in that scene where they're all in the Astrodome sleeping. Mm-hmm. So they're all conserving energy.
Yeah.
But they're together and they're fused, and maybe there's something. This could be what humanity's all about. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
But it's also, it's without status,
right?
Or the kind of success that we're conditioned to have, which is I have and you don't.
Right.
Trying to. What would you choose?
I don't think you can choose, right? If you're in that, if you're all connected. I mean, it's like I saw somebody online said it's the purest example of communism or religious belief in action that you're ever going to see, because it is trippy. Like, again, we're all connected, so the level of organization would just be spectacular. Right? And that idea of like, yeah, why would we be in individual houses that wastes energy? We're just going to all sleep together in one communal place because it saves energy, right? And there's no one's doing anything to anyone. You don't have to worry about anything being stolen. You don't have to worry about, everyone's connected.
Right.
So,
and I think Right. Sorry.
No, no, that's
the
all right.
person, The person with the wisdom, and I haven't gotten to the end, is that little girl. Probably that little girl that said, "No, I miss my. I want to join them." Remember that?
Oh yeah.
Toward the beginning, it could be that children have the wisdom, whereas I could be, if I were honest with you, if I was in Carol's shoes, even if I knew that, you know what, the answer is to join and be connected.
I mean,
I would choose to stay in my house. Fuck it.
But I don't think you could choose. I mean, that's the other thing that I think is going on that they've hinted at. There's no room for individualism. You can't even experience it. I think everyone is just a vessel, and you're flooded, with this connection. And I think there's also, if you step back and look at like the longer term, bigger picture, they've talked about how we cannot eat animals. We can't even pick an apple. We are going to starve. A huge portion of humanity will starve to death in 10 years. And they're okay with that. And I think what I would like to see, like in classic science fiction, I think this is basically an attack from aliens that just have a very long-term view of things. They are wiping us out with nonviolence. They're giving us something that seems like it's paradise, because the other
different.
Big thing is like, why would you send a signal to Earth? And they set that opening like 10 minutes I thought was so well done, of like, okay, this is going on, like, hey, we're really being contacted by an alien race, and what does it mean? And the guy figures out, oh, it's not code, it's our DNA. That's why there's 4 strands, and they figure it out, right? But it's like, okay, if you're staying grounded in science and reality, it took 600 years for that signal to get here. Why would an alien species that's that far away, how would they know about us? How would they know about our genetic code? Why would they do that? Is it a gift, or are they trying to get rid of us for some reason? And I think that will be fascinating. I hope that gets built on. Like, there's
so that's right. That's different in that case. Then, Carol is resisting, and she might be the hero.
She might be the hero, and
right.
if you if you were given the ability to join, and it's so compelling. There's just, everyone looks happy, everyone is fulfilled, everyone has a point and a purpose, but they're also okay with the idea of mass starvation. They're also okay, with the world is going to get reduced. Maybe there's some, if you think of some superior alien races, like, look, we have to tend the forest. We got to wipe this kind of weed race out because
aliens can play the long game.
Yeah, and maybe they're like, look, we got to manage this animal that's in our backyard that is kind of getting out of control.
Kind of like those coyotes.
Kind of like those guys. Because look, we will trap an animal and fix it, right? So it can't reproduce, and then release it back into the wild to manage the population. Who's to say that's not what's going on? We don't know yet. I think that's a compelling thing to go with. I also think the character who's in Vegas right now, living out his fantasies, I wonder if next season or somewhere down the line, he's going to either show up, one, converted, and tell Carol how amazing it is, or two, he's going to be really depressed now, and I think maybe he will join forces, with our mismatched team here.
Interesting. See, all I know is I'm not sleeping on the floor. That's all I take away. I'm not sleeping in a fucking stadium floor. That's as far as my decision's going.
But that's what individual Dan doesn't want. But Dan, connected to everyone, would understand that it's really a benefit for everyone.
Right, but as an individual, I'm not. I'm just not going to be uncomfortable.
Has someone swept this? Has this been cleaned?
No, I'm going to my house.
Do we have blankets?
I will go to my house and die alone.
Wow. That would be your choice.
Help it, man.
So you would die an individual rather than join the group.
Yeah. But it's not the right choice. It's just choice I would make. You know what I'm saying?
I think I would try to be an individual as well, and I think I would indulge in some fantasies and some exploration that probably would not end healthy.
Yeah, it would all end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would end up being an individual, or I wish there was a way, like, could I join for a while and see what it's like, and if I didn't like it, could I come back?
It's like moral ambiguity. You want it all.
Yeah.
Well, okay. How can we tie all this together?
Well, I'd say that it's an interesting reflection on our times, right? Because we see it. I mean, everyone wants meaning. Everyone is looking to attach themselves to something larger than themselves. We've got religion. We've got political movements. We've got, pop culture. I mean, I think we've both at times in our lives attached ourselves to things that we wanted to give us meaning, and I think that is maybe the commentary that he's trying to make, like, hey, maybe this thing that looks like paradise, maybe this meaning that you're searching, maybe you have to find it as an individual and then share it in a way that doesn't take away from other individuals. I don't know. Either that or, like, look, just shut up and do what's right, and the thing that's going to save the population is if you just suppress your individual wants. And I think we see that too. Like, politically, we see that in some ways. I mean, I would say that MAGA is this, if you really analyze it and put it under a microscope, it will never hold up because they're celebrating individuality by all being the same. And you can't do that. Like, you can do anything you want, just send us $10 and get a hat and be a dick to everyone. It's like, after a while, I think a lot of those MAGA people too are like, this is dissatisfying, and we're not getting what we were promised. We're not, my paycheck is getting smaller, prices are getting higher. I wanted to find out what was in the Epstein files. That's not happening. So I think it's a reflection.
It's not right. It's not happening, and you're being told you're stupid for wanting to know.
Yeah. Now, the people that were telling you that everyone else was stupid, they're now telling you you're stupid because you want to know. So in the end, it generally blows up because you can't. Those are two very different concepts. You're an individual, and everything you want is important, and you deserve to have it now. And hey, just join us and we'll take care of all your needs, including thinking.
Let's maybe I don't even know what I was going to say. Yes. So next week.
Yes, sir.
Well, this is a private business.
Oh, well.
This is a private business talk. Let's wrap up.
Let's
see
wrap
you guys
up
next week.
Happy New Year, everyone.
Happy New Year, everyone.
Yes, and I hope it's a great year.
Like and subscribe. We'll see you in next year. Transformation of the Splain.
Ooh, it's exciting. It's exciting.
Yeah.
Yeah.